What can you say about Grayson?
Pitched really well. Pitched really well. He didn't really want to come out of the game either, but it was time for him to come out of the game, even though he was really in control. It's you're not going to do anything irresponsible or something like that. And nevertheless, he pitched really, really well, competitive, was in control of the game, and really proud of Grayson.
Just how much of a veteran did he show himself to be, just bouncing back from giving up a couple early runs?
Well, yeah, it didn't get to him, right? You've seen, you've seen when you play, well, you can play anybody really, and you can see guys get unrattled, really rattled when they struggle or whatever, give up a couple of runs. Grayson didn't. He got tougher.
Waz, is there a way to describe the confidence this team has when he's on the mound? He's been so dominant the last 2 years. It almost feels like an automatic win, I bet.
Yeah, he's really good. We're blessed to have him. I mean, I thought the club was confident no matter who was on the mound today. They just felt like they were going to win.
Yeah.
What gave you that sense, and what do you think fueled that?
Probably a lot went into that. We had some pretty good practices this week, I can say. It's just, I've said it before, the group I coach is we've got a good record, like a really good record and all that kind of stuff, but they still feel like they're way better than what we've shown on a consistent basis. And, you've got to put a complete product together on a consistent basis for us to be able to make that claim. And so until we can show that on a regular basis, people are going to question it, and they got a right to. But, the locker room feels like they got a lot more in it, I can tell you that much, and they're very confident young men, and they think they're really good, and I happen to think they're really good too, but it's up to us to show them.
What more do you still think you have to show? You said
consistency.
Yeah.
Were there any conversations with Grayson going from the 6th to the 7th? I know he had like 103 or 4 pitches there.
No. How you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Great, Coach. Awesome. This is who you have coming up, and go get them.
From an offensive standpoint, was that first solo shot, do you think that sort of lit a spark under the offense and that led to more runs coming up?
That's a good question. Maybe so. Mason kind of got us going, I think, a year ago when we were up at Oregon State after 2 really good pitcher stools, and I think he got into a ball on Sunday and might have got us going. That might have been. It's always – I think that was our first hit. We didn't get a bunch of hits. Nobody did. Neither team got a bunch of hits. It was a well-pitched game and a well-played game, and we just came out on top.
Grayson gets through 7. It's still a 1-run game. Did you sense your guys were pretty dialed? Walsh comes through there to try to get him a little bit of insurance to help make it stand up.
Yeah, make it a 2-run game. Yeah, that was a big swing by Jacob, right? I thought that was big. Mason's ball was big. I thought we ran the bases exceptionally well today. There's a couple of stolen base opportunities and a double steal that really helped with Ryan Cooney's double down the line to be able to score 2 runs, and that's kind of how we scored, right? And that was about it. And so I just thought we played a complete game, and it was good to see.
Yeah, obviously the guys have to execute. Cooney has to come through there, but as a staff, do you feel like you guys did some things there to really help your club out and put them in a position to score there?
Well, the kids play. We're coaches. Kids play.
How important was it tonight for the bullpen to throw a 0, not only for the score, but for the confidence of that pitching staff?
I'm sorry, I missed it.
How important was the 0 tonight that your bullpen threw? Not just for the score, but for the confidence in the pitching staff.
I don't know. Even though they haven't pitched consistently well, those guys have electric stuff, and so I've got confidence in them, and it's a matter of them. I guess that the 0 was probably really good for them because they probably got a lot of confidence in themselves that they could, do it again this weekend after they did it against UCLA when people said they couldn't do it against them, and they did it against them. So, it just need to be consistent and have them continue to develop and grow.
Oregon State starter struck out 5 his first time through the lineup, and then Mason hits a homer off in the first at-bat through. How'd the approaches maybe get better, or just seeing him in that second time through help?
Yeah, I don't really know. The guy's a really good pitcher. He's got a strong arm. He's up to 97 miles an hour. He's a moose. that guy is a big kid, and he's got a great arm. And so we were just able to get to him, and we were fortunate.
How much additional quality has the lineup had with Mason and Jacob becoming more complete hitters this year versus previous years?
Well, it's huge. They take their walks. I think their walk-to-strikeout ratio is tremendous. They're not just power hitters and just up there swinging. They can get on base. And then when they got on base today, we were able to do some things with it with Jacob. And he stole. He's not a slow kid. He can play outfield, too, and he's fast. So, them being complete hitters has been huge. And credit Coach Martyr and Brett Thomas from an analytics standpoint, helping those guys out with Hank.
You mentioned you see some consistency. How do you want your guys processing this over the coming hours overnight going into tomorrow?
Well, I mean, it's just one game. We won a game. That's what we did today. So every game, every win is the same. In terms of a win, it's in the left-hand column. And good job. Let's come back tomorrow.
After Portland, you had mentioned that these types of games help you guys control your destiny. What's the message to your team after a win like this against a team like this, and what does that say about sort of your team's destiny as you come down the stretch of the season?
Just means we won today. I don't know about destiny. I'll let somebody else figure out whatever that means. And we won today, and it was a good. The guys played really well. They pitched really well. I thought we played a complete game. That's what it says about today.
What do you like from Stokes specifically? He's been struggling a little bit, but only threw 4 pitches, but got his big out, and then stepping off the mound with some confidence. What do you like from that?
Yeah, I mean, he did it the other night too. He pitched really well the other night on Tuesday. Did it again tonight. I mean, he's got a bazooka. He's going to be a major leaguer. It's just a matter of him developing and growing. So I'm proud of him tonight. I was proud of him the other night. I'm just happy to see him grow. I want to see all these kids continue to grow. And one thing they don't have is experience, and so they got some more experience tonight. That should be good.